What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first impressions of Terminator Dark Fate Defiance. This is the game that we've all been waiting for like 20 years and longer, right? Ever since we saw the first Terminator movie, right? When you saw the machines and then the humans fighting in the beginning of Terminator 2, everybody was probably wondering, I want to fight that war. How can I get that on the computer? And fast forward about 20 years later, we have it. Terminator Dark Fate Defiance is the Terminator game that I feel we all been waiting for. Let's dive right into the pros and cons. All right, let's start off with the first pro. First pro is the game is intuitive, right? I didn't play a tutorial in this. Actually, I feel like the first mission is the tutorial, but it's actually very easy to do stuff like when you just drop into the game, right? So you don't actually even have to play the first mission. You could just start a skirmish and just start, going into combat. So like you could select the unit to make a move, right click. Very easy, very quick. As you can see, they quickly move. Definitely want to shoot that before you go. Uh, but very quick, very easy. Like I said, to move a unit, right click. If you want to select a unit, you can also do that, right? And have them move there, so you can have multiple units move at the same time. Um, and then also, I do want to point out that, like, I really appreciate what Slytherin did here. So you have the UI controls here, right? The GUI controls, right? Normally, in an RTS game, you'll get like a little hover over it and it'll tell you what it does. But in this case, you could hover over it, it'll give you what it does, stop, right? It'll give you the hotkey for it, so E. So if you want these guys to not do anything, you could just hit E and they'll automatically stop. I do appreciate that, so if you play a lot of time in this game, you can actually just map out the keys and just keep hitting the keys instead of going to the GUI. But it also gives you a description of what each button does. So like when you go over here and you're like move until engagement, what does that mean? Well, it tells you the combat unit will start moving to a specified destination. If it detects an enemy, it'll stop and behave accordingly to its settings, right? And it even gives you a little tip. This order is useful for scouting purposes and carefully moving across unknown territory. Like, I really appreciate that. Like, I've seen a lot of RTS games, and not a lot of them do that. So I really appreciate that. I just wanted to point that out. All right, the second pro that I have is the game graphics and map look incredible. So first, the map is absolutely gorgeous. So when you dive into here, right, like the terrain, everything just looks gorgeous, right? You have this little stream going through here, but like you have this road, and then you can see like some vehicle going off road here, right? So like there's a lot of detail here. Just looking at this map, it's really like painstakingly detailed. And I really appreciate that. It's really beautiful. The models, of course, look really good too. I mean, that's a striker, like it looks great. And then the animation. So you'll see. So the animations, the graphical animations look incredible, right? And then when these Terminators shoot, well, they're not. These guys probably not gonna make it, but these guys probably will. You'll start seeing them fire these purple lasers. So like it just the environment just gets so rich with like graphical detail is that it's just gorgeous. This leads me to my next pro. Sounds. So as you see these Terminators going, right? You hear that sound? That's that's a sound from the Terminator movie, right? Like, so you remember seeing Terminator 2, where you see the machines going and they're shooting that laser, right? That's the same exact sound I feel. Like that, I don't know how to vocalize it, but it's like pew sound, you know? So I really appreciate that. I feel like they just pulled that from the movie kind of thing. And overall, like the music sounds great too. They really put a lot of time and effort into this. I really can tell. Ooh. So one other pro that I want to add in is the amount of detail that you get in the game. And what I mean by that is not only the units. So for example, if you select the unit, right, it tells you, who's in that unit, right? As you lose members in that unit, you'll lose, these guys will disappear. Um, I was mentioning about how much ammo you have and such, but the other cool thing is like when you click on a vehicle, it'll tell you where the damage to the vehicle is. It'll tell you how much fuel there is and other things. But like, so as you can see, I'm being engaged by some kind of spider. As you can see, there's damage to the wheels and well, the 50 cal here, and you'll see what happens in a second. So there's significant damage to the wheels now. And I don't think I'm going to come out of this one because, yeah. So, as you can see, there is a combat mission level of detail in the units, in terms of the ammo, in terms of the fuel, in terms of the vehicle damage. So, I really like that. It kind of gives you, it's kind of like Combat Mission meets Terminator, which is amazing. One last pro that I want to add is I was wondering like how to move the camera, right? So this way I can get maybe a better look at this base from a different angle. And Slytherin added that. So if you hit home and end, it will change the position of the map. So that was one thing that I was going to add to like my wish list, but then I found it, and it's there. So I literally have nothing to add in terms of cons or wish lists. It's there. I can't think of anything else that I want. Um, and I'm literally looking forward to the strategic map and how the whole campaign is going to work out. So it's amazing. So I'm thoroughly impressed by Terminator Dark Fate. This is Defiance. This is a really, really amazing Terminator strategy game. This is the game like we've been waiting for. Thank you, Slytherin. Um, Now we can fight the Terminator War that we've always wanted. So I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for the rest of the scenarios to come out and see how this war turns out. I'm really getting immersed into it, and yeah, I'm just very motivated. Thank you, Slytherin, for doing this. It's glad somebody finally stepped forward and said, "All right, we're gonna make a Terminator strategy game, something that the fans have been wanting for decades now, and we finally have it." Um, be sure to catch the demo when it comes on during the Steam Fest, and be sure to wishlist this game because, from what I've seen, this game is an instant must-buy, at least for me, and I'm pretty sure for you too. All right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Catch you next one. See you then.